Welcome back. Well, New Balance has a shoe collection out with fresh foam cushioning. So what is that and what makes it different from other products? Well, Bart Dickinson with Top Shoes is here to tell us all about it. And you brought in all the examples, Bart, for us today. These are some good looking shoes. Tell us about it. What do we need to know?
Some of these, this is just a very small of how many we have. I mean, we're talking probably 50 different styles for men and 50 different styles for women. So it's just a small
Collection
of them, yeah. But I brought some of the colors we have. But so Fresh Foam is a new cushioning that New Balance has come out with, and it has to do with all, I don't know if you can see the geometry shapes, but they're almost like octagons and pentagon shapes. But what that does is it allows the cushioning to change depending on the shape. So if the shape is closer together, it makes it firmer. If the shape is further apart, it makes it softer. And then you also have different thicknesses in the sole. And if it's kind of hard to see maybe on camera, but there's also perforations inside the shapes, and those have to do as well as how it compresses. So there's a lot of technology, a lot of geometry with this. Depending on if you pronate, which makes your foot roll in or your arch collapses, or whether you roll to the outside, which is supination, there's shoes that control that. So you can get a lot of support from the shoe to help not only in athletics, but also just everyday walking. So you can, if you're on your feet all day, there's a shoe that matches your foot better. And then New Balance, of course, always has lots of widths. So for instance, a shoe like this would go from a regular width up to extra wide width for a man. So if you've got problems with foot that needs extra width, this will fit. This material is also really soft, so it will expand. It's almost like a sock feel.
Right.
So you've got a lot of options as far as if you've got a bunion, say, or toes that don't straighten out properly, this will give you lots of extra room. And then you're looking at a women's style there. There's lots of colors in these.
I like this color a lot.
Also, this time of year and in the spring, trail running or trail walking is popular. So maybe you're not necessarily hiking, but you're going on rough terrain.
Right.
If you look at the bottom of this, for instance, it's got more tread. It's called Vibram Mega Grip. So it's gonna slip less than on wet rocks and things like that. So this is gonna give you more traction. It also is not like your traditional bright color. I mean, this has some color in it, but it's more earth tones, more toned down. Here's another example maybe of, one that's more toned down. Some of these are also Gore-Tex, which are waterproof. So if you're in a wet morning where there's a lot of dew on the ground, or you're going to be running or walking through some creeks, this will keep your foot dry. As well, it gives you that fresh foam cushioning still that you can get the comfort that you get out of these running shoes. So lots of different choices, like I said, in colors. And one key thing about this shoe, it's made out of recycled, plastic bottles.
Okay.
So a lot of this shoe is regenerated. So that's real important right now that we reuse some of the stuff into making these uppers. So you've seen that in clothing, but they're also starting to use it in shoes too. So.
Now, these shoes already look like they have so much support to them. Is it something where people would also need inserts alongside these, or is this trying to replace shoe inserts?
That's really important. That what we like to start with is number one, fit. That's real important. We get you fitted right. That takes care of 90% of the foot problems right there. And then the next thing is making sure that we get the right support matched up with your foot. But always an insole that's custom made to your foot is going to make it that much better. So if it's comfortable already, it's going to make it even more comfortable by putting that insert, and it's going to give you better performance because inserts, the cushioning that they have and the technology gives you more bounce, more power, all those things. So.
Well, of course, where can people find you, especially if they want to check up on these fresh foam cushioning?
So we have our store in Benton at Top Shoes, but we also have 3 New Balance specific stores, one in Hot Springs, one on Cantrell Road in Little Rock, and one in Rogers. So you can go check the New Balance out at any of those stores.
Perfect. If you have a size 10 here, you can just leave a pair and I'll try them out for you.
Okay.
Sound good? Okay, Bart, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, after this break, we'll share how you can invest in gold. That's next. Stay with us.